Coast Nation, Sanbonan Bafetu, welcome back to Football Trends with me, QB. Now, on today's video, we will be discussing or looking at the three big changes or the three big surprises that the coach might make for tomorrow's game. Now, remember, we are playing against the Sekhukhune United, which obviously it will be our home game again, and the last game that we played, Yalapan FNP as a home game, we lost 1-0 with something that was a terrible mistake from our side. But then obviously this means we need to try and redeem ourselves so that we can build up to the game against the Sundowns, which, by the way, I believe Sundowns are playing today against the Polokwane City or something, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Marumo or Polokwane City? I'm not too sure, but they're playing today, or they're playing against TS Galaxy. So chances are they might even end up with a draw. So if that happens, then yeah, that means number 2, and then the rest move on. But then I do think that Sundowns might win today's game. But anyways, we're here to talk about tomorrow's game. Obviously, we'll be giving you a mile and a prediction. So with tomorrow's game, the three big changes that I think the coach will be making, obviously, I will let you know as we move along with the lineup. So starting off a mover, I don't think the coach should be changing Brendan Peterson. I know people will be expecting to see or Ronaldo Lina or maybe even Bruce Fuma. But honestly speaking, if we go back to that mistake that happened, you will realize what, okay, definitely it was a blunder from, starting off. First things first, I want to remind you of something that I said. I said to you guys, whenever we play Ore Frosler as a left back, I am worried that is going to be exposed. Yes, the previous game is before the game against Golden Arrows, which was a Kruger, if I'm not mistaken. Everything was fine. Uzamile nje ukudlala uFrosla nakhona he enjoyed himself because at the end of the day he did not have to do much in terms of defending. But now playing against teams like Golden Arrows, even Sekhukhune United, with the coach that wants to prove a point, because phela so at the end of the day, it's going to be a difficult game. We will need to be at our best in terms of everything. So looking at the mistake, it does have to do with the fact that I said Frosler will be exposed, but then hopefully he can, learn to be a better defender in terms of defense, because offensively, I'm happy. I don't want to lie to you. Frosler gives you as much when we are attacking, but then defensively we are short on Chita, which is something that I believe he needs to work on, especially since he's being convicted playing as a left back. It's not his position. He can play there, but yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult for him to be able to adjust and give out his best performance as a challenge. So obviously that is why we ended up conceding that goal that we considered, so it's fine. Bring in Brendan Peterson, our captain. Obviously, confidence yake will be a bit low, but hopefully he can try and rectify, his mistake, because now he made a mistake, but that doesn't mean we need to punish him for it. Instead, we just need to encourage him to do a bit better. So Brendan Peterson should be our skipper, and then we jump to Umjita Lapana, the left back. Obviously, we do not have a choice, Bafetu. I know Kabelo Nkwasa can come in, but we're playing against Sekhukhune United, which obviously they will be pressing us, and Ayugdlala. And with Chiefs so far, if we're going to be playing how we played against the Golden Arrows, then Bangashaya even 4. Same as how they managed to score a lot of goals this season. Bangashaya that 4-0. It's possible. But then, I don't know how we're gonna go about with this game, because we don't have Marco, we don't have Cross, we only have Frosler and Ukabelo Nkwesa home are the players that they can play in that position. Hence, we were saying we need at least one left back. So Frosler might be coming in as the left back. I don't think we have a choice. We need to bring him in as Zamugdala that position. Hopefully, he can defend a bit better this game around. But then if not, then so we're sinking in. So Frosler should be playing there, and then also we know we can substitute him with Ukabelo Nkwesa home. He's a young player. player. And then we jump to the right back. Obviously, this is where we get to Thabiso Munyane. Now, if you compare the two, Uru Frosler playing on the left back position, he does everything that needs to be done as a left wing back, you can say, because he pushes, he does push, he does give you the crosses, which is something that is expected from even Thabiso Munyane. But so far, he's been too chilled. Maybe it's because of the instructions from the coach, but honestly speaking, I do think Thabiso Munyane needs to work on giving us, you know, those crosses, hitting at the goal, and giving us much more, because I do think in the Engineer when he gets an opportunity, he's going to try and do a lot more better. But defensively, Umunyane is solid. And then offensively, we are lacking. And then Frosler, offensively, is good. But defensively, he is lacking. So that is something that we need to try and find a balance in, so that everything is proper. And then we look at the center back pairing. Obviously, I don't think the coach needs to change there. Let's bring in the two center pairing, which is Inaso Miguel paired with Sekhukhune, respectively. So, and yeah, not much. And then we jump to the defensive midfielder. That's where I feel the coach needs to try and make some changes. You know, the first one is let go of Mtasingwa. You can bring him in second half, try to introduce him bit by bit, which is something that I'm expecting Coach Dylan Shepard to let the coach know. Okay, you can try bringing the player bit by bit because you believe in this player, but obviously you need to give him small minutes in order for him to be able to adjust to the league. So that is the first big change. The number one big change that would be bringing in Ox Mtetwa to start for tomorrow's game. Oxum Teto will definitely give us what we need, especially playing against a team like Sekhukhune United. We can even bring Ndlovu. I won't mind because we are playing against opponents that will be pressing us. We all know. And then we jump to the central midfield. Obviously, we bring in Lebogang Maboe. Obviously, he can play very well as a box-to-box, which is good. He does have the work rate, the energy, and everything needed from him to be able to give us the performances that we need, because you don't have any other player. He's an old player, but then he's a quality player. He gives you everything that you need in the field of play. I know some people will disagree with me, but look at the games and see for yourself. And then the second big change will be the attacking midfield. Guys, let's bring in Mdudu Shabalala. I know he can play, even if he doesn't play the whole 90 minutes. Normally 70 minutes, it's fine. Let's bring in Mdudu Shabalala to play as an attacking midfielder. We can have a change later on, it's fine. Last game, I think Luke Batman played as an attacking, so we can do that, it's fine. But let's bring in Mdudu Shabalala. If Ethan Chislet is available because Itua is injured, then we can bring him in. So that is the second change that will be or should be done by the coach on tomorrow's game. And then the third and final change will be the left wing. I think Ulangalele Pile should start on tomorrow's game. We need him. We need him, his work rate and his ability to see things no one else's. That is something that we need, especially on tomorrow's game. And then obviously we can bring in Yowandile Dubai as a center forward, and last but not least, Umfundo as an attacking midfielder. Nakona, we saw him, he was limping during that game, so probably he might be headed bad, but hopefully he will be available. And then Simkale. So yeah, this is how I think the coach should be lining up, especially for tomorrow's game. So those are the three big changes that if I was the coach would have done, and I think it would make a lot of sense playing against the Sekhukhune United. And obviously at the end of the day, we do need this win. We do need those important points. If we lose tomorrow, that will be a start of a streak. So lose our games, which is something that we do not have currently. We have only just lost one game. I know it's not the Battery Premiership, but then that is something that we need to work on. So I don't know, what do you think, guys, about this lineup? And also tell me your thoughts about tomorrow's game. Do you think we are going to win, or should we just, give up hope? Because a lot of Nama supporters have given up hope. Hopefully, some of you still do have some hope as much as I do. Well, this is it, Perfecto. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.